On a quiet suburban street in the U.S., an old Filipino man stood on the sidewalk, clutching a folded American flag to his chest. A police cruiser idled by the curb, its engine humming, sunlight bouncing off the windshield. In front of him, a white police officer in a dark uniform jabbed a finger in his face, voice sharp enough to cut through the calm afternoon. To anyone driving by, it looked simple. An officer confronting a suspicious old stranger. Nobody knew that the man being yelled at had once crawled through jungle mud and enemy fire for the same flag he was holding now. His name was Rodrigo Rudy Mercado, 76 years old. His daughter had begged him not to walk so far by himself anymore, but Rudy insisted. Every Memorial Day week, he made this same walk, down Maple Grove Drive, past the mailboxes and trimmed hedges, stopping at the little brick house with green shutters halfway down the block. It used to belong to his best friend from Vietnam, an American soldier named Tom Williams. Tom never made it back. His family had given Rudy the burial flag and told him, "You're his brother, keep him with you." So every year, Rudy brought the flag back to the street where Tom grew up, stood on the sidewalk in front of the old house, and said a quiet prayer. He had just finished whispering, "Kumusta ka na, Tom? I'm still here," when the squad car turned the corner. The tire scraped the curb as it stopped, a little too fast for a calm neighborhood. Rudy turned, confused, as the officer stepped out, hand resting on his belt like he was already expecting trouble. "Hey," officer called. "Sir, step away from the property, right now." Rudy blinked behind thick glasses. I'm on the sidewalk, sir," he answered, voice soft, accent noticeable. "I just visiting. My friend used to live there." The officer, his name tag read Collins, stalked closer, scanning Rudy from head to toe. Brown skin, old army jacket, ball cap with Vietnam veteran stitched across the front. No car in sight, a folded flag in his hands. "We got a call about a suspicious male trespassing and staring into windows," Collins said, jabbing a finger toward the house. "That you?" Rudy's stomach dropped. He looked at the freshly painted porch, the flower pots, the blinds pulled halfway shut. He hadn't even stepped onto the grass, but he could see a curtain twitch. Someone was watching. "I no go there," Rudy said quickly. "I stay here only. I stand, I pray. I'm not criminal, sir."
Rudy patted his pockets and felt panic rise when he remembered he'd left his wallet on the kitchen table. He had only meant to walk a few blocks, then come straight back. I forget my wallet," he admitted. "My daughter's house is just there, 2 streets. You can..." "So you're telling me you're wandering around a neighborhood you don't live in, staring at houses with no ID, carrying a folded flag like some kind of prop?" Collins cut in. "You expect me to believe that?" "A prop?" Rudy repeated, hurt flashing across his face. He hugged the flag closer. "This flag covered my friend's coffin. We fight together. He from this house. I come every year for him." Collins snorted. "Yeah, I hear that one a lot. I'm a veteran, I swear. Anyone can buy a hat, old man." The words hit Rudy like a slap. For a second, he saw not the sunlit street, but flares in the night sky, helicopters thudding overhead, Tom pulling him into a ditch while bullets chewed up the ground where they'd just been standing. He shook his head, trying to push the memory away. "I risk my life for this country. Before I was even citizen. Many Filipinos did. You can ask..." "Enough," Collins snapped. "Turn around, let me see your hands." Rudy's fingers tightened on the flag. Across the street, a teenage boy had pulled out his phone and started recording. A woman in yoga pants stood on her porch, arms folded, watching. The air felt heavy with judgment. "I'm not dangerous," Rudy tried again. "I'm just old man. Look at me." "All I see is someone who doesn't belong here," Collins said. "Turn around."
Before we continue the story, let me know what country you're watching from. Hit the like button if you love this story, and please subscribe if you are new to my channel. Let's continue. Rudy's shoulders sagged. Slowly he turned, the flag still clutched to his chest. When Collins grabbed his arm to guide it behind his back, Rudy gasped, pain shooting through his old wound. Sir, my shoulder. Bullet long time ago, he hissed. Stop resisting, Collins barked, tightening his grip. I'm not, Rudy's voice cracked. Please, you're hurting me. A silver SUV turned onto the street at that moment, slowing as it neared the cluster of people. The driver's eyes widened when she recognized the green jacket and the cap. Dad? She breathed, slamming the brakes. She bolted out of the car, leaving the door open. Hey, get your hands off him, she shouted, rushing up. That's my father. Ma'am, back up. This doesn't concern you. He literally lives with me 2 blocks away. What are you doing to him? Rudy's relief and shame mixed in his chest. Lisa, I'm sorry. I only stand here a little bit. I didn't think... You don't have to be sorry, she said, putting herself between him and the officer. Officer, let him go, now. Collins let go reluctantly, but his posture stayed rigid. We got a report of a suspicious Asian male casing houses. No ID. I'm doing my job. Suspicious Asian male? You mean my Filipino father walking with a flag? Did the caller mention the veteran hat, or did they just see brown skin and assume criminal? The teenage boy's phone camera zoomed in. The neighbor on the porch shifted uneasily. Ma'am, I'm not going to argue with you on the sidewalk. If he really is your father, you can prove it with ID. Fine, Liza snapped. She ran back to her SUV, dug in the glove compartment, and returned with a worn brown folder. I was taking him to the VA last week. I still have everything in here.
She shoved the folder into Collins' hands. He opened it lazily at first, but the tone on his face changed as he flipped the first page. On top was a photocopy of a much younger Rudy in uniform, his hair dark and thick, his face serious. Under it, a discharge paper. Private First Class Rodrigo Mercado, United States Army, Collins murmured, eyes skimming the text. There were medals listed: Bronze Star, Purple Heart, Combat Infantry Badge. Citations describing how he dragged 2 wounded soldiers out of an ambush while under heavy fire. A letter signed decades ago by a commanding officer thanking him for extraordinary bravery and loyalty. Collins swallowed. His eyes flicked up to Rudy, then back down to the papers. A hospital report detailed shrapnel in the shoulder, permanent damage, MRI scans, VA doctor's notes. That's the shoulder you just squeezed, Liza said quietly. Tucked at the back of the folder was a letter on neat stationery. Collins read the first line out loud without meaning to. To Rudy, who saved my life more times than I can count. It was signed by Tom Williams, with an address matching the very house behind them. Collins looked up slowly, the house suddenly feeling much heavier in his peripheral vision. The flag in Rudy's hands, the way he protected it from the ground, the way he stood on the sidewalk and stared at the porch, it all snapped into focus. You really served with the guy who lived here? He asked, voice smaller. Yes, Rudy said. His hands were still shaking, but his eyes were steady now. He dragged me when I get hit. I drag him when he get hit. We both think we will not make it, but we try. Only I come home. His mother give me the flag and say, visit us if you can. Don't forget him. So every year I come. I talk to him. I say thank you. I say I still remember. Collins' throat burned. He stared at the papers again, at the official stamps, the signatures, the decades-old black and white photo of Rudy and Tom grinning with their arms around each other.
In his mind, the words suspicious male turned into decorated veteran, and the old man in front of him suddenly looked nothing like a suspect and everything like someone the country owed. I didn't know, Collins said, cracking. You didn't want to know. You saw an old Filipino man on a nice street and assumed the worst. You grabbed him without listening. That's how my father's treated after fighting for this place. The teenage boy lowered his phone a little, watching Collins closely. The neighbor on the porch stared at the ground, ashamed. Collins' chest tightened. He thought of his academy training, the speeches about serving the community, respecting veterans, protecting the vulnerable. He thought of his own grandfather who'd worn a uniform in Korea. If someone had treated his grandfather like this. He blinked hard, but tears blurred his vision anyway. His hand trembled as he carefully held the folder, desperately trying not to wrinkle the pages. Mr. Mercado. Then, Sergeant Mercado. I am so sorry. Rudy studied him, the pain in his shoulder slowly settling into a dull ache. The officer's finger was no longer in his face. Instead, Collins looked like a kid who just realized he'd broken something precious. I came here to protect this neighborhood, Collins said, voice shaking. But today I was the one who hurt someone. I saw the call, the description, and I didn't see you. I saw what I expected, not what was in front of me. His eyes brimmed over, tears rolling down his cheeks. He didn't bother hiding them. The neighbor saw. The kid with the phone saw. Rudy saw. I'm sorry I treated you like a criminal. You deserve better than that. You deserved better from me, especially wearing that cap, holding that flag. For a long moment, nobody spoke. The only sound was a lawnmower in the distance and a dog barking 2 streets away. Rudy glanced at the house, then at Collins, then down at the flag. His heart still hurt, but something in the officer's face reminded him of the young soldiers he had once led. Brave, but sometimes foolish. Men who made mistakes and learned the hard way. I was scared, Rudy admitted softly. Not of you, but of this feeling that after all these years, I still looked like stranger, like I don't belong. You do belong, Collins said immediately, tears still in his eyes. You belong here more than I do. You earned this street 10 times over. He straightened up quickly, wiping his face, and then spoke louder so everyone could hear. For the record, this man is not trespassing. He is welcome here anytime he wants. This is his neighborhood too. Liza took her father's hand, squeezing it gently. You okay, Dad? I'm okay, Rudy said, voice a little shaky. He looked at Collins again. You'll know, officer, in war, sometimes we shoot before we see. We afraid. But good soldier learn to look again, to check, to know who is really enemy. Collins nodded slowly. I guess I have some learning to do. Rudy hesitated, then shifted the flag to one arm and extended his other hand. Collins stared at this stunned before taking it with both of his own. Thank you for your service, he whispered. And I'm sorry, I forgot what that should mean. Weeks later, people on Maple Grove Drive grew used to seeing an old Filipino veteran walking down the street with a folded flag, often accompanied by a younger police officer in plain clothes. Sometimes they stopped in front of the brick house with the green shutters. Rudy would bow his head for a moment. Collins would stand beside him, hands clasped, the memory of his mistake still sharp enough to keep him honest. If you had only seen the first moment, an angry cop pointing at an old man, a crowd watching, a camera recording, you might have thought you knew exactly who was right and who was wrong. But behind every face is a story, and sometimes the person you're quick to suspect is the same person who once risked everything so you could feel safe on your quiet little street.
Thank you for watching to our Badge and Justice stories. If you want to watch more stories like this, click the videos above. See you again tomorrow.